This is Millie. This is also Millie. Millie went missing February 24th, 2025, and on February 25th, her owners reached out to Midwest Aerial Drone Recovery in hopes to locate their dog. Unfortunately, due to a scheduling conflict, we were unable to help at that time and waited for our next call. On February 27th, Millie's owners reached back out saying she had been spotted at Red Fern Dog Park in North Liberty, but she was on the move. Midwest Aerial Drone Recovery here. We've been out for about 3 hours now looking for this lost pup. We're outside North Liberty. Last sighting was yesterday. We got a call after we had switched locations, and someone said that the dog has been spotted in Solon, and we're in North Liberty. For some reference, the green icon on the map is where Millie's first sighting took place. The red icon is the second sighting. The distance between those as the drone flies is 5 miles. So after getting to the second location, looking around for another hour or so, myself and the owner decided to call it quits for the night in hopes of having a Millie sighting in the near future. Over the next few days, Millie traveled and traveled and traveled until we got the text. The text we received was from our friend and associate, Kim Warren, with Paws of Hope Animal Rescue. With the help of volunteers like Kim and complete strangers who post updates of sightings of missing animals, it really makes our job so much easier. That means that the total distance Millie had traveled from her first sighting after she went missing to where she was trapped was 10 miles as a drone flies. And just like that, we were on the road going to meet Kim to find this little dog. Once we were there, we had talked it over with Kim, and we were in the air looking for Millie. For those that don't know, thermal technology works really well in cloudy conditions or at night when the thermals really pop out. This was midday, clear, sunny. Luckily there was some snow, so right now the thermal imaging, we're using black as our hot and white as the cold. Because the conditions were not ideal for thermal imaging, we had to release our special weapon. Introducing Walter for referencing purposes. After giving Walter a good look over, the search was on. Within a short amount of time, Millie was located, and that's where the fun began. As you can see in this slowed down version where the arrow is, that is Millie. This is also Millie in color. She kind of blends in without the thermal imaging. Really blends in. And like with most drones, batteries are an issue. So we fly back quickly, hot swap the batteries, which means we don't have to shut the drone off, and we're back in the air lickety split. We use a DJI Matrice 30T. So a couple of fun facts. Our drone is huge, it's loud, and it moves a lot of air. Millie did not care at all. I'm about 2 feet above her, 5 feet from her before she would actually start moving. This is when we first decided to try to corral her using the drone since she didn't care about the drone. But until that point, it was a lot of just hovering around her, trying to learn where she wanted to go or what she was trying to do. Now, I must say, full disclosure, this technique of corralling dogs with your drone is not recommended, nor is it probably not very safe. But this was a one-time situation where the dog didn't seem to give a care at all about the drone. And with some little nudges and pushes from behind with the wind, we were able to kind of steer her towards where we were wanting her to go, towards the trap. Now this is all sped up 10 times, so to get her from where she was to the top of this hill where those silos are, where the trap is, took about 35 minutes, just this portion. She didn't go into the trap during this part, but we realized this technique may work. We were very hopeful at this point. We had released Walter, you can kind of see him in the background, but he did not draw her to him at all. And unfortunately at this point, the batteries ran out, and I had to fly back home and swap them out again. Now in just that short amount of time of swapping batteries, Millie obviously moves. So then we find her again. And then I communicate with Kim where she's at. So as the drone is making some adjustments, I'm kind of moving it, you'll see it stop. That's when I contacted Kim. I called her, to let her know that Millie was on the other side of the property and she should probably move her trap to that side. So she was in the process of doing that. We're trying to figure some stuff out. While that's happening, you see Millie walking out of screen. She went from this spot where this red circle is down to this spot where this circle is in just a few short minutes. So then we were off to locate her again. At this point, wasn't that big of a deal because she was kind of blocked in by the fence or so we thought, so she was easy to find. This is when we realized that Millie was looking for a way off of the property we were searching for her on. And we were so thankful that this creek lined the entire property so that she could not cross. I think at this point we both realized that she could fit through the holes in the fence, and then she did. My stomach dropped, so I hopped to the other side of the fence and just kind of started slowly doing the corral motion again by nudging her with the wind of the propellers. And still not caring. See the wind moving, and finally she goes. At this point, the batteries were low again. We knew where Millie was, so I went to go swap them out, and we had a plan of trying to corral her back to the farm from where she was. Now, after getting these batteries swapped out, we head back out to relocate her for the final time, hoping she didn't go too far, and as luck would have it, she hadn't. At this point, it was time to enact the plan. Corral this puppy back to the trap. So here you see me coming in slowly, thinking, oh, maybe she'll get spooked now or something. Nope. I said before, I'm about 5 feet away and about 2 feet above her at this point. You can see the air moving her tail. And here we go. My thinking in this whole thing is once I get her through the gate, then I can really move around better because there's a lot less objects to hit with the drone. Even though it does have sensors to stop it from hitting things, I would just feel more comfortable in an open field. So this next portion here, it took about another 35-40 minutes to gently nudge her through this field to where we wanted her to go, and it seems to be working. The whole time I'm chasing Millie or corralling her, I'm just willing her to go to this trap. Come on, Millie. Come on, Millie. Come on, Millie. And then we get close to these silos and she just gets sidetracked. I don't know what caught her attention, but she kind of goes into this farming equipment, and I panicked a little bit, so I backed out. It's like, oh, maybe we should push her towards it. Nope, that didn't work. All right, we'll just let her figure some stuff out. So we'll just stay up and above and keep an eye on her. Now finally she starts making her way back towards the trap, which is our goal. And so I just hang in the air and watch. And as you can see here, it's a pretty happy ending. So some bonus information. I am 20 yards north of where the cage is on this side of these hay bales, and Kim is behind the silos watching what's going on in the camera through her phone. I have a live feed through my remote to the drone, so I see this happening in real time. She has a couple seconds delay. I see that happen. I scream. She hears me scream, then sees it on her phone that I scream. So it was a pretty joyous occasion. And just like that, Millie's little journey is finally over. It really shows me how important the community is. From Paws of Hope Rescue to the volunteers like Kim Warren who go out and set traps and follow leads and take any bit of information just to try to get these pets home, to the general public who post sightings, call the police departments, call the rescues, call us to try and help. It's very much appreciated, and we're happy to be a part of this great community. And here you see Millie in a trap, hopefully for the last time ever. This is the best image of all. The reason we do it, the reason everybody puts in the effort to see this dog back in the loving arms of its owner.